What is up, everybody? This is a channel and podcast we are calling the Midwest Fixation. But I know what you're thinking. This is not another hunting podcast. This is a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
Yep. So if you like deer hunting, you like turkey hunting, you like looking for mushrooms, you like finding shed antlers,
A little everything. Fishing.
you like riding bulls, this is
Yeah.
pretty much probably
Yeah.
the podcast for you.
Yep. Yeah.
It's about everything we can cover in the Midwest. Just the shit that we enjoy doing here in the Midwest.
Yeah.
For
And
sure.
sometimes just a little bit of hanging out, a little bit of learning. Yeah.
So the podcast side of things is probably going to be more towards the bullshit kind of things. Like we have big plans and big goals for this channel, and I'm really excited for what's going to come into the future. But
Definitely.
I'm going to let these assholes introduce themselves. You want to go first, Scotty?
Definitely. I'm Scotland. Background of like outdoors here for me. I grew up camping and fishing out in the outdoors all the time with my dad. We didn't hunt much. Like
Did your
I was-
dad hunt?
Growing up, he did, but whenever I was growing up, we didn't really
Right.
do any of it. But we did a lot of fishing, a lot
Oh,
of
that's
fishing,
good.
a lot
Nice.
of camping.
Oh, yeah.
So a lot of outdoors. That was fun. Like just hooked on it from when I was a kid. Around like teenager, I had some family that hunted that lived kind of far away. I'm like, you know what? I like that shit. Got into it. Started doing research and getting into it at a young age. I think I was like 12 or 13, and then they put me on my first deer rifle season. We did a youth deal, and I got my hunter certificate and all that shit, and we did that process. After that, it was game on. But still, they lived over across the state. So kind of grew up teaching myself to hunt, and we'll never go back. I'm hooked. You know how it is. Like now it's just a way of life.
What hooked you in?
I think the process of it. So I spent like the first few years and stuff not
Teaching
really killing
yourself.
deer. Yeah.
Yeah.
So like a lot of errors. Not killing deer, learn public land hunting, hard hunting.
Yeah.
So a lot of learning, but then after I actually harvesting deer, I learned a lot and became good at it. And now it's like the thrill of it. So just, I kind of like the work aspect. I like shooting deer
sure.
and all, catching fish, all that. But the work of it, the whole process is just so fun. And then when you put the work in throughout the year in all aspects, you feel that reward.
Right.
Whenever you just kind of go out there sometimes you have success and sometimes you don't get hooked in it. You got to really enjoy it and dive into it.
Right.
So I had the fishing stuff and gained the hunting thing, and now pretty much anything outside. I have the farm at home, so I'm doing that outside, plus hunting, fishing, mushroom hunting, shed hunting, food plotting, planning to fish, planning to hunt,
Right.
planning to do all this. Same stuff you guys are doing,
Yep.
So through all that, like years and years of stories and bullshitting, and here we are today. Now we're kind of all joined up on this of like we all love the fucking outdoors. We all love the Midwest, so why not videotape it and share some of it with everybody else?
For sure.
So then that's kind of my story. Anthony, what's your background
Who
over
the
there?
fuck are you?
Yeah. I'm Anthony Toretta, and I have been hunting and fishing my whole life, whether it be from when I was 3, sitting in a tree stand with my dad and giving him the thumbs up, go ahead and shoot that one, and I'd shoot it just to show me and skin it and whatnot. And that's when I fell in love with it, and then I got to go. Gosh, I think my first hunt I was like 5 or 6.
Damn, that's young.
Yeah, I shot my first deer that year, 8-pointer. Shot my first turkey, little Jake, and ever since then I was hooked. Like,
You're a fucking turkey killer, though.
yeah, we've shot a lot of turkeys over at our place, and yeah, I think for my first like 6 or 7 years, I shot one every single year, and then like we went on a little drought for a little while and just kind of got back into it these last couple of years. Like I don't know if population died down or what, but yeah, no, my dad, he started hunting when he was probably 17. He fell in love with it. He got me to fall in love with it, and yeah, ever since I was a little kid, looking at all his big deer on the wall, and yeah, never looked back really. Started getting into it like really kind of by myself and getting in like, I don't know, just kind of figure out like with a climber, traveling around and
doing your own learning.
yeah, exactly.
That transition period.
Yeah, so
And then, so you'd say, do you take it more serious now than when you were growing up? You guys took
absolutely.
it, yeah, you're a little more into
it's
it now.
almost like a competition now amongst family, you know.
Yeah.
But and then so that's the hunting side of it. Fell in love with that, and then fishing and everything else. Like, well, along with hunting, shed hunting, mushroom hunting. I've been doing that since I was little. I love it. And then fishing. I started fishing tournaments with my dad when I was like 12 or 13, and so through that we competitively bass fish still to this day. And
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
like
so-
almost every
yeah.
weekend.
I was
Yeah,
gonna say,
we-
so like outdoors was a serious level for you growing up.
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
it
it's like every weekend there's something to do, whether it be going out to the farm and burning and planting, or turkey hunting, or deer hunting, or morel hunting, or shed hunting, or
setting
there
cameras
might
to
be
prep hunt.
Yeah, exactly, or
For sure.
or a bass tournament at the Ozarks or something. Getting back into trout fishing a little bit, picking up
Oh
the fly
yeah,
rod.
we're planning that too.
Never been.
Yeah, Phil's
It's
never
fun,
been,
dude.
so
It's awesome.
we're gonna take him on his first trip.
What else here? What else got me into it? Who am I?
You're also competing with your brother a little bit, aren't you?
Yeah. I got a younger brother, and he's getting into it now too, kind of at that competitive level, both helping each other out.
Yep.
And it's always been my dream to broadcast it and put it out there like we're starting to do now. And so I picked up my first camera like, I don't know, a couple years ago, and deer hunting was always hard for me. I was always shaky with the camera arm and stuff and never got great footage. And I kind of figured it out during turkey season, and that's when I was like, all right, I can do something with this. Like I can shoot some good film in the woods.
See,
and
that's where
whether it be like taking people hunting, like my little cousins and stuff, or recording myself.
Right.
And that's when I was like, all right, let's get serious about this. You guys wanted to be serious about it, and I don't know. That's what I want to do. A little bit of teaching people how to do things, and you know, whether that be food plots or finding sheds or finding morels, or if you want to watch great content, HD, 4K, whatever you want to call it, cinematic.
Right. But we're going to be that group that doesn't really teach you how to do it. We're going to show you how we do it, and you can see by the results that it works. And
yeah, and I think that's one thing. Like through the hunting, we can do that. And I think I would also love to put out like educational as far as
Right.
like planting food plots
for
and
sure.
stuff like
Yeah,
that.
Yeah,
And
for sure.
we'll get back into our goals a little bit later. I just introduce myself, Anthony Tiretta.
My name is Philip Busher, and this kind of all started when I was around, I'd say 7 years old. My dad, he was a big hunter and fisherman also. He actually used to fish tournaments for a living. He used to fish.
That's right.
Yeah, he used to fish all the time.
Bassmaster and stuff.
But what got me hooked was the hunting side of things. And my first year, I barely remember. The only thing I remember at 7 was me sitting out in a ground blind. It wasn't even a ground blind. It was like a brush-in blind, no
Yeah,
roof or nothing. And it would start hailing. That's the only thing I remember. And I was miserable. I'm like, I don't ever want to do this fucking shit again. Like, this is miserable, dude. But my dad talked me into it. And at 8 years old, it was youth season. Saturday on a youth season. And sat all morning, didn't see nothing. And then this guy behind me, that one right there, comes out, shoot him. He falls over. Me and my dad do our, hugging and everything.
Oh, yeah.
And
Never forget it.
I'll
Yeah.
Yeah, your
remember
first
like it was
one.
yesterday.
Yeah.
It was so much fun.
Everyone keep in mind, all these deer behind us are Phil's deer. So since going from I don't want to do this shit to the stories behind us
escalated
here.
really quick.
Yeah. So that's where he headed.
So after that, it got real pretty fast, and my dad kept taking me every youth season until I turned 16, and then started hunting by myself.
Yeah, then you get your tags.
And then right at 16, I started bow hunting, and that's when I really started paying attention to the kind of the strategy type of things.
Yeah, that's when I got really into it
Right.
as well. You start understanding.
So my dad's not a very big bow hunter. He doesn't. I mean, he hunts with a crossbow,
Yep.
and he hasn't shot much with his bow or anything. But I feel like now I'm teaching him how to hunt outside of gun season,
Right,
which
yeah.
is really cool. I love doing anything with my dad, and
Well, I mean, things have changed so much from like when my dad was
Oh,
really
for
into
sure.
it to like now, like everything, you know, with
Yep.
technology and just I think the herd's changed a little bit and adapted.
And just
Right.
what we know versus with technology, what we've learned and know
Right,
about
yeah.
deer and deer, their patterns, even fishing.
yeah,
Fishing's the same way with technology
Yeah.
Right.
and everything. So what we know that we could share with the older generation, like when we were growing up, they taught us how to do this.
right.
So it's cool to pass that on, you know.
Yeah.
Yep.
So by the age of 16, I picked up a bow for the first time. Probably killed my first deer with a bow when I was 17, around that time, and then 18 is when I really started becoming like an archery nut.
Serious.
Yeah. And then
He is the nut side.
Yeah.
And that's a good word for him in archery.
gotta love your
It's
nut.
not in the frame, but there's a whole room in his house that's dedicated to it.
Yeah. And yeah, I love building my own bows. I've probably shot the new Matthews every single year since the Halon.
He's that guy, yeah.
I know it's bad,
he
but
builds my bows.
Yeah, it's his thing. He's good at it. It's his thing, you know.
it's just an obsession.
Yeah.
But not a bad one to have.
Hey, you want
Better than
walls that
drugs,
look
you know.
like this. Yeah.
It's probably more expensive than drugs anyway. But yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. It
So-
might be better for you to get a drug habit
So then
financially.
I'm not going down that rabbit hole. So then life goes on. I have 2 children now. So things are starting to change a little bit. My daughter just got her first bow, and I think getting children into things is kind of a
That's
big another
different
big goal
ballgame.
for me.
Yeah, different
Yeah,
ball
it's,
game now.
it's so fun.
Like
and
the
I
other-
mean, like I take my little cousins hunting, and just
yeah.
that's like
Dude, getting
Oh, yeah.
other people involved in the outdoors when you enjoy it like we do, that's almost more fun than getting
Oh,
on
yeah.
our own deer.
Yeah.
Dude,
I
I-
love taking other people out and getting them on their first deer and shit like that.
I cannot wait to get out this year and start filming all the kids
Yeah.
yeah.
killing.
Fishing
Yep.
and doing everything else
For
this year.
sure.
I'm excited. That's what
Heck
we're
yeah.
doing a project in my house.
Like the
where
other
it's
the other
based on
day,
that.
the other day you'll see I brought my son to my Illinois farm, and we weren't really shed hunting. We were kind of just bullshitting around the farm. We were fixing the tractor and doing stuff like that. And we were riding around the side by side. And we stopped, and he was like, "Antler," and he points. And keep in mind, this kid's 2 years old.
I was just gonna say it can't be.
He's
over
2 years
3,
old.
yeah.
And I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? And I look at him, and I look to where he's pointing, and sure shit, there's a freaking stud laying out in the middle of this field. I'm like, holy shit, dude. I'm like,
That's
you're
awesome.
2, you're killing
That's
it already.
Growing up around it, yeah.
But yeah, that's kind of my background and things. And me and my dad were still killing it out there. But I mean, the fishing side, I was fishing heavy when I was probably in high school. But when I got out of high school, my dad moved to a different state, and we didn't really like super close then. But I mean, it was hard for me to get out and fish. So I kind of dropped off the fishing game for a while, and started, heavy on the bow side of things.
And then how you and your dad lease land together.
Yeah,
That's
we
where you
lease
went,
we
yeah.
lease 2 farms up in central northern Missouri, and I grew up hunting the neighbors of the lease I have now, so it hits
Familiar
pretty
area.
close to home
Yeah.
up there,
Yeah.
and
That's
we've
cool that you get to work together
Right.
on that land that you grew kind of.
we've been working on it for a long time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so that's cool.
We've killed some studs up there, but I hope to get with you guys, your fishing background. I hope to get
Yeah.
back into
Yeah,
things.
we'll
and,
get back into it good.
Oh, for sure. I'm interested to start fishing some tournaments too.
Oh yeah.
We ought to, yeah.
With the roles I'm in this year,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. All right, now what? We're gonna
Let's
talk about some goals.
Yeah.
Goals
yeah,
here?
Let's get some run overs,
All right.
what they can expect.
What's one of your goals?
Let's see. Sure, if you're watching this, you've watched a lot of YouTube, a lot of hunting videos and fishing and whatnot. And I feel like there's not a one-stop shop for everything. And there's some guys out there that you can listen to and watch and get a good laugh, which is great. Then there's other guys that I watch that are great, short, concise videos on, how to plant your
Like
switchgrass. Yes,
informational. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, educational. How to plant your switchgrass, how to plant your food plot. I love those.
Which I have spent hours and hours and hours
Yeah.
researching.
I watched them
yeah,
all on
absolutely.
YouTube.
Dude,
Yeah.
YouTube is a king
Yeah,
nowadays.
that's how I learned. Yeah.
That's
And
one of those
then
technology
I also sit
advantages.
there and watch other guys that produce great hunting videos where it's like one of those, it's like
Oh,
you're
yeah.
starting to like get back into the fishing season or get back into the hunting season. You're like, oh, I'm going to start watching these videos to get myself into it.
Yep.
And I love watching that. And so I think my goal here is to kind of mash all those up into one and, have our episodes where we teach people, what you should do and how to prep for planting your switchgrass or cover or, getting thicker woods or planting a great food plot.
Right.
What we get results in. Just,
Right.
Yeah.
For
yeah.
sure.
And also maybe some other things that we've learned. Some great hunting footage, get you on the edge of your seat. Early season, or preseason when you're trying to get back into it, get your heart pumping,
Yep.
and then the podcast and stuff. I think we can give people some good laughs.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Definitely.
Yep.
Yeah.
What's one of your goals, Scotty?
A goal, I guess you could call it a goal, or just something that I think we have an advantage of over other podcasts that I've watched or YouTube channels. I feel like as a group we're really well rounded. We have guys that have
We all kind of had the same dream for
like
since a young age.
It's crazy, like since we started this deal, how just like every day we're bam, 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 bam. Like we're all really involved in it, but it's the same of like what we do every day. It's not work to have
Right.
content and all that. It's
Right.
what we do, so we love doing it. But we're well rounded as far as there's guys that have grown up doing it in tournaments, and we got guys that have grown up doing it and that decide to find their own path, and now they're teaching their dad. Then, like, my background is I didn't grow up hunting, but I got into it. So, to me, as a listener, you have that. It doesn't matter where you come from. If you want to take this real serious, we're going to have that information for you.
Right.
If you want to have fun with it, we're definitely going to cover the fun side.
Right. Yeah.
Like
sure.
Anthony was talking, we're going to have a lot of fun doing it.
Mm-hmm.
But if you want to really learn on what results we get and you can see and follow along with us on, when we plan a plot, this is how we do it, and then you see it in the, later in the year, well, it came in and it worked for them. And you can try our method if you want, but just the well-roundedness of the fishing, the hunting, and everything else, and all of our
Right.
backgrounds, all that combined is super exciting to say. It doesn't matter where you come from in the outdoor aspect,
Right.
that we cover all grounds. We've got the Joe Schmo, we've got the professional guy, and everybody in between. And we're going to have fun doing it with everybody else.
Yep.
So I'm excited to put that out there for everybody.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is a channel for everyone. So serious, having fun, just want to learn. You just want to be entertained. A lot of entertainment. So the roundedness of this group is really fun. We have a few other guys that will be in and out. We'll have a few other guests, good friends of ours.
Oh yeah.
Some things we have planned for this year. Won't release it now. Save some of that climax for later. But we got some big plans for this year,
yeah.
Especially for hunting this year.
Yep,
I'm
yep.
super excited about.
Oh yeah.
So
That'll be fun.
I'm really excited for this year and how it's going to lay out. And super excited we did this. And I think there's going to be a lot of great content to watch
Right.
Absolutely.
this coming
Yeah.
year.
Yep. I mean, I think one of my main goals is, probably the back year or two, I've had 2 GoPros with me,
Yeah.
and never really got serious on the film side because I was more serious on the hunting side.
Right. Yeah.
And
It's hard. I mean,
it's hard to do at
you
the same
can-
time,
you can
especially
have
without a cameraman.
Well, you can have the right. Yeah, exactly. You can have the right gear up in a tree, and until you try to self film, you never realize, because you're sitting there. All right, I want to shoot this deer, but you're shaky on the camera, and it's
I
not
know
perfect.
it all
and-
depends on what your heart really is into more, the
Yeah.
filming the side or killing the side. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Yeah.
So it's all really has to mesh together,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm starting to get close to the 50-50 kind of thing here.
Yep.
So me and you, we both got some pretty nice camera equipment for this year. So I am
These
excited.
two guys are good about the camera equipment, and we're talking about the roundedness. Okay, you got guys that are into it. If you're not into the camera stuff, but you're wanting to be, you're sitting in this chair here. All
Teach
so
you a
we
little
got-
bit about
Yeah,
it.
we got that. I'm gonna learn with you on it because
Yeah.
I'm the guy where I have the knowledge, all that, but
Mhm.
I forget to press play. I'm gonna do it a lot. Probably, and you guys
Record,
are
you
gonna
mean?
get pissed.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm gonna forget to press
Yeah.
record because I'm not used to
So
the videotape.
so another big goal for me is to have jumping between cameramen on the lease and or turkey season.
I was
or
just gonna
stuff like
say
that.
that's like another one of those.
Yeah.
We were talking about, it's hard to sell film, and that's I can get.
It's
excited.
very hard to.
I can get excited to.
beer, boys.
I can get excited to just film somebody. Really, I
You
mean,
guys will
sitting
have to
there
put up
them,
with us drinking beer too.
Oh yeah,
I'm sorry.
you'll hear a lot of can popping.
But yeah,
Yeah.
I'm excited for that.
But I know everybody who has watched some of the big platforms out there, like Heartland Bowhunter.
Yeah,
you
dude.
got Midwest Whitetail.
Both
And-
of them are awesome. I mean, unbelievable footage.
Like I'm talking like you're balls deep watching this shit,
Yeah.
and you're almost at the edge of your seat, and
Right.
your heart starts pumping just watching it.
Well, and that's what I mean.
Yeah,
like,
Dude,
right
that's
before
what
it-
I want.
Right,
That's
yeah.
what I'm trying. That's what we're trying to do here. But
That's
so
what we're going to do.
yes, so it's going to be more of the very cinematic type setting rather than just the shitty 720
Yeah,
camera.
and
cell phone footage.
the cinematic hunts.
Yes.
And then following that, there might be your shorter 15, 10-minute videos about me on a whiteboard saying this here, plant this, spread some of this, and
Yep.
you do this because of this, and it
gonna
makes
go
the
ahead and
ground
add-
this much better.
Big fan of Buck Commander on how they goof around because that's big time. You gotta have
Dude, another one.
Yeah, no, we're going to have fun.
Another
those
one that I
guys,
really
love them.
like that I don't know how a lot of people feel on. I mean, the dude's a fucking goofball.
Yeah.
I think you know who I'm talking about.
I'm blanking on the name, but I do.
Josh Bomar.
I like Bomar. I was thinking
Dude,
somebody
his
else.
footage is
Oh, it's incredible.
unreal.
Yeah.
He's different, but his shit's awesome.
Yeah,
I
no,
love watching it.
I like watching their stuff, and they have some fun with it too.
Oh, yeah.
Just some of their shorter clips, whether it be shooting bows and whatnot. But
Yep.
yeah, no, they're. I think I've learned a lot from them.
Oh, I've learned a lot of
yeah.
the camera stuff from them.
Yeah.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. It's unreal. Like it. I
That's
love-
something I'm gonna have to get into. Get used to.
Yep.
That's a new aspect for me. Like I
We'll walk
said,
you through it.
Y'all will learn with me. If you're not
Oh,
used
for
to
sure.
the camera life, you're gonna learn with me.
Yep.
And you'll see in some of the episodes coming up that we're not gonna filter mistakes. This is real life.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
It's gonna be funny.
Yeah.
It's gonna be
Yeah,
intense.
Speaking of, we'll do a little fucking teaser here of like our first episode will be kind of based on our season recap.
Our season
Yeah.
recap. It's gonna be kind of quite comical in a way
Yeah, my
because
season.
first of all we popped the bourbon right before it started, and it
We
was
were a little excited, that you could say.
Yeah.
it was what, and almost 2 hours long.
Yeah, I
pretty
think
funny.
it was 2 hours.
And I had a season there like
It's a 2-hour long podcast, but it took us about a
week
week
to
and a
do it.
half to fully
So
finish
we
it.
got what
3/4 of the way through it.
then when I got to my season recap, and by that time the whole bottle was gone.
Yeah, it was.
So
we
we
had
stopped.
audio error too.
You
It wasn't
you couldn't
just
even
us.
understand us. We had to stop it.
But,
So with
yeah,
that
let's-
being said, too,
Let's give them a rundown of what to expect. Maybe
hold on.
these next couple
We're
months.
these next couple episodes we are learning as we go. So we are learning the audio side of things, which I know is absolutely huge when it comes to the video side too.
Yeah,
because
absolutely.
audio is almost king over video.
Yeah.
If you're watching a video, it's got shitty audio. You just want to not
Right.
watch it.
Yeah.
more.
Yeah, it's
So
tough
the
to-
the first
tough to
one,
listen to.
the first or the second episode, the season recap, our audio is just ran off the camera, and then we realized how kind of shitty it was. So after we stopped it and got on my season recap, you'll see that the audio is much better.
Yeah, we
got
threw in a little upgrade.
a little upgrade.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what else?
So I mean, let's say the next couple weeks, couple months, what to expect from us. You're gonna get our deer season recap here in Missouri. Bow season just ended up January 15th.
Yep.
Right. We're gonna talk about Scotty's shed dogs here a little bit, and then we'll let that flow probably right into shed season.
We do have the managed hunt program thing that I'm doing.
Oh yeah.
So there might be a little more deer hunting content to
Yeah.
come. We might have a little extra working with conservation on CWD study is what it is. Managed deer hunts up until beginning of March.
Right.
Gotcha.
So maybe we might get fortunate in some footage there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you go.
for sure.
Give it to them, but
Cool.
outside of that, we're leading into shed season. We're leading into turkey season.
That's So shed season, following that.
So
we'll
this is
go-
the whole like basis of this. It's going to be very seasonal. So whatever the time is, the year, and whatever thing you can do in the Midwest, you're probably going to see it or hear it here at the Midwest
Yeah,
Fixation.
as far as this podcast, we are year round outside. It's not
100%.
just hunting. It's not
Yep.
just fishing. You know.
Yeah.
And some of that may be farming, and some of it may be.
You got a lot of bull riding too.
We do. We'll maybe dabble in a little rodeo.
Mhm.
you know,
Yep.
throw
A lot of
rodeo
shit
in there.
episodes for there too.
Yeah, yeah,
It's gonna be a
that's
fun time. I'm
part of-
excited.
Those will be some good podcasts, I
Yeah,
think.
be part of something.
I
big
want to
in
see. I
store.
want to see how many beers we can drink in one episode. I want to fill this whole table up with empty beer cans.
That'll
We'll have
be
to get the whole
that'll
crew
be
together.
a specialty episode.
Yeah, we'll get the whole crew together and we'll do.
There'll be a
bigger
lot of
drinking
people
episode.
sleeping on this floor.
Yeah. I call the couch.
Whatever.
So this year we're looking to just bring you guys seasonal Midwest everything we do. Anything you can do outside in the Midwest, what we do here. A lot of fun content. We have a lot of fun with it,
Yep.
but also a lot of educational stuff. A lot of stuff you can take away and use at your farms, at your properties, at your houses, and do the same stuff we're doing.
Yep.
Whether that be
Right.
mushroom hunting, fishing, anything shed hunting, food plotting. We're gonna cover as much as we can cover, and we're outside a lot. So,
Right.
it's
And
gonna
like-
be-
Like whatever time of the year it is, like say it's shed season, I am fixated, hence the name Midwest Fixation,
Right,
on
yeah.
whatever we're doing.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
I am living and breathing the moment of what we're doing for that
Yeah,
moment.
That's like I have switches. It's like deer season. All right, January 15th hits. That switch goes
Right.
off, and then
Like
it's
it's-
like, all right, like what can I do to improve the property? Sheds.
Right.
Okay, and then after that, that switch kind of turns off.
Do you
Property
hear that first
improvement-
gobble?
Well, exactly. Yeah, property improvement's still kind of in there at this time, but turkey season turns on, like you said. You hear that first gobble.
Oh, yeah. Dude, I could be
youth
turkey hunting
hunters,
and-
youth hunters to take out. I want to get one myself or two. I want my brother to get one. I want my dad to get one. I want
Oh,
you
yeah.
guys to get one.
Yep.
And I mean, like that. Yeah, I could go on forever turkey hunt, dude. That's
yeah.
that's a rush, man.
I could be turkey hunting and say fuck those deer. I am
Oh yeah,
completely not thinking about it.
Yeah.
Like anything, not thinking about
Yeah.
it. I am solely 100% on turkeys at that moment.
absolutely. Yeah,
So it's a very seasonal type shit here. And
yeah,
Yep.
definitely. We're gonna try to keep you up to date per season. We will keep this as fast.
Oh yeah,
as
we're
we
gonna
can get
we're gonna
up
share
on
a bunch of reels to the social platforms. We're
Yep.
gonna let you know what the fuck we're doing at that given moment, and
Yep.
it's
We'll have links to all of our social media and anything.
yeah.
on
By
this,
the
so go
time
ahead
this
and
goes
follow
out, we'll
everything.
have Facebook, Instagram, and
Yep.
probably
So,
TikTok on
go
there.
ahead
too.
TikTok.
and
Yeah.
follow us on everything if you want to stay tuned.
and
on
if you're just
everything we're gonna be
listening to
doing.
this and not watching it, I highly recommend pulling up our YouTube channel, which is Midwest Fixation, and watching it because sometimes it can be pretty comical. On
Yeah, half
watching
the
it
fun
too.
is watching
Get
the
our-
look
yeah.
on their face.
Watch it,
when
yeah.
Somebody says something stupid.
Anyway, well, that's
I mean,
that's us.
pretty much
That's-
sums it
yeah.
up at this point. So, I mean, like I said, you should really watch the next one, our season recap. It's
funny.
pretty funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Our
Scotland.
season-
Scotland had a little interesting incident.
Yeah.
I had a, we're talking
We'll
about this.
save.
We'll
it.
get- yeah, yeah.
We'll save
The
it.
well-roundedness, you'll hear stories.
He
from
almost met Jesus.
experienceness to
Kinda.
experience and getting a little
Kinda.
It's one of those. You'll
He
learn.
could've.
You'll learn life lessons in episode 1. It's important. Life lessons.
For sure.
Life
Yeah.
or death lessons.
Oh yeah. Well, anything else?
We appreciate
it's
you
a-
guys for tuning in.
Yeah.
Please continue to tune in, support us.
Oh, for sure.
Absolutely. Yeah.
We're gonna give you the best we got. It's gonna keep on getting better.
We're gonna
Yeah.
keep learning, and everything is just gonna keep getting better and better and better. That's one of our main goals here. We're learning as we go, so bear with us here.
Hey, if
And-
you have any questions,
Oh,
go ahead and
for
message,
sure.
comment. We have our email linked. Email, and we'll bring them up. We'll do Q&As as far as if you want
Yeah.
shit asked and like, how do we do this? If we don't know the answer, we'll run over it.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
And we got
Get a
really
hold of us.
really big plans.
And if you
for-
got something that you think we can do better, throw it in there as well.
Yeah.
Let's
you want to
see what
talk
we
shit,
can do.
do
Go
it.
ahead.
I'm I'm down for a good laugh.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we got really big plans for the future, and I don't know about you, but I'm excited for it.
I'm excited.
And I'm excited for you guys to watch it too, because I've never done this before, and I am almost 100% all in.
Oh, I'm all in. Yeah.
Yep.
Let's
Ready
go,
to
and
go.
you
For
guys
sure
are gonna
excited.
follow us through this journey, and
Yep.
yeah.
All right. Don't miss episode 2 for the season recap. Again, it's pretty funny. And what else?
I'm good.
We're
I'm
good.
done.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, I hope you enjoyed, and keep following along. We'll see you on episode 2. See you.